Hello guys, welcome to and welcome back. Surprise, surprise. So as some of you may have noticed, I don't know when I'm going to upload this, but I know I'm going to be making content up until the time that I upload. So as some of you may have noticed, my curl pattern has been loosened a bit. So I'm just jumping right in. I have been contemplating it for quite some time, going back to the chemical straightening process. Like I said, for those who have 4C hair, I'm not gonna make no excuses and try to justify it or whatever. Um, but I feel like the challenges that we already face on a day-to-day basis as 4C um, Afro textured hair, in addition to the, what I'm saying, everything that goes into maintaining our hair, it was just starting to be a lot. It was starting to be a lot, and I felt like I was taking on responsibilities that were unnecessary, that I was laying on myself subconsciously, and I felt like I was trying to be the poster child for something, and it's like, wait a minute, it ain't that deep. It's good to be a role model, but you have to do what works for you. You have to do what's best for you. So y'all, this is how I used to apply my relaxers years ago. And I say this is a texturizer, even though it's a full relaxer. Like on the box it said regular strength relaxer. But I've never intentionally went out for the bone straight look, because I understand that equals breakage. Like, you have to be very careful. The hair is already fragile as it is. But when you do the bone straight, for my hair, in the styles that I would do on a regular basis, it could lead to breakage. So I always wanted to, like, just have it a little under processed or whatever. And I'm not just saying that because it turned out under processed, because I still enjoy the natural look. I still enjoy the fullness. I still enjoy the I don't know, the connection to culture. But I just needed something that was going to, it was to the point where I would detangle it one day, and then it would somehow curl back and intertwine, and then I would have to spend time detangling it again. And I was cool with detangling it once a week, pick a wash day and detangle it then. But I also enjoyed rocking my afro, and the afro, when you lay on it, it gets matted. Anyway, so this is what I'm doing. I had already washed my hair, detangled it, and braided it up. I had about 20 braids. I'm just estimating. 20 braids, not weave, just regular, my natural hair. And I let it air dry overnight. Went to work, took the braids out, and later on that night, this is probably 1 o'clock in the morning, actually, because I didn't go to bed until 5, and then I woke up early and flat ironed it. But yeah, the braids, I watched several videos of people going from natural to relaxed, and I was like, okay, what's best for me? Because I had never done, I didn't realize, but I had never done a virgin relaxer on myself, because when I started doing my relaxers, I was taking over what somebody else had done. To be exact, the people in foster care, they had put the relaxer in our hair first. Our mom would have never consented to it. But of course, after we had that first one, we was head over heels. We was, So being that I had never done a virgin relaxer, I had watched multiple videos just to see how, people was doing it with close to my hair texture, what I thought was close to my hair texture. And I was like, yeah, I just don't want to put it on an afro. So, and I don't want to be combing it through, because I felt like I had never been able to just comb dry. Let's say dry. I had never been able to just comb my hair through in the speed that I need, that it takes, that it requires to put a relaxer in. So this way, I'm making sure that the relaxer is covering all of my head. I'm working, and I left this at the original speed because I wanted someone who really needs this knowledge to see the pace in which I'm working. I'm not stopping and frying chicken. I'm not stopping and changing diapers. I'm not, when you are doing your relaxer at home, you focus your attention on your hair because you only have a certain amount of time before that it starts to burn. And I do not, absolutely do not, and have not left it in until it started burning. It's been years. Since '09. Since '09. That's when I started my hair journey. For those who are new, the Lord allowed me to grow my hair to waist length. And so anyway, I was reminiscing. And so yeah, so you don't have to leave it in until it burns. That's something that, I suffered through my childhood, letting other people do my relaxer. And, they felt like because I had 4C hair, really coarse, thick hair, they felt like it had to really it had to take. You got to take. No, it doesn't have to take. It does not have to fully take. So I will say being natural has allowed me to love the texture in my hair. It has allowed me to still want and long for texture in my hair. But the frustration and the love for it, they were on two different spectrums, and I had to do a compromise. I had to do a compromise, y'all. And I'm not regretting it because like I said, I feel like I have the best of both worlds. It's hanging. You know what I'm saying? And so this is, I pretty much went through that whole tub of relaxer, y'all. There's just enough to do like nothing with. Maybe just edges or something in the future, which why would you do that, right? So I would definitely have to buy another relaxer in order to do a touch-up. Which I'm glad I got that one. I haven't used the box perms since I was a teenager, because the box perms, they never had enough for my head. I don't know. Just never had enough in there. And I've run out of relaxer before, and it doesn't sit well. It's like, if you're going to do it, do it. But now I'm just going through and making sure that I'm like kind of not massaging it in or pressing it in, or this is what I call the straightening process, the smoothing process. There it is. Because, and this is kind of awkward to do on hair that's not on my scalp. So I would have spent a little bit more time maybe on the ends. Maybe on the ends, just to be quite honest with you. Because the ends, you'll see at the end, they're still 4C. And I know that the runoff, which I'm gonna cover all that later on in the video, but the edges were starting to I started to feel relief. Y'all know the anxiety or the heaviness or the burden of wondering about the relaxer and how it's gonna turn out, wondering about your hair's future, your future. It's like, I don't know, when I put the relaxer in, it's like the weight of that started to go away. It was like, okay, you're going to be all right. It's not, you didn't get a bad relaxer. It's not, doing some crazy stuff. And y'all, since I hadn't done a relaxer in so long, I forgot to have my neutralizer. I forgot to have like all the stuff removed out of the bathroom that you didn't want to have to, the rugs, the stuff, the little shower mat. Have my phone inside of plastic so that I could push the button and not have to clean my phone afterwards. Just take the plastic off of it. Like there's a whole thing that you do with relaxers. And since it had been almost 2 years since I big chopped, I was out of the loop. I had forgot. And I apologize for majority of my bra showing, y'all. I'm just blurring. I'm going to blur this out. But Yeah, and usually I do my relaxers in nothing, okay? And I might have on something that's very thin and easy to just like step out of so that I can quickly hop in the shower. And I neutralized this probably, no lie, 5 times. I was prepared to go through that whole bottle of neutralizer. And I just used the ISO plus, whatever that is. And the conditioner you guys are going to see me use, oh my goodness, it works wonders. It's a deep conditioner. It works wonders. But yeah, I forgot how messy, relaxers can be. And I had to use my elbows to remove my phone from off of the shelf. And so this is the hang time. It does not do this normally when I would get out the shower. This is what I was going for. I wanted to loosen the curl pattern, as you guys can see. Now I'm using deep treatment conditioner. I don't know if this is a rinse out or what, but I'm gonna let it sit for a little while longer while I cook these cube steaks. And let me turn around. Y'all see? So I've already put this all over everywhere. Now I'm just going through and putting it where spots that I may have missed. Because I definitely feel it hydrating the hair and taking away the dryness. So it's very important. Oh my goodness, this smells, even though this is a new product, obviously, this reminds me of something from my childhood. I think it was a product called Live, L-I-V. Anyway, my mother, she bought it for us at a hair store called Blankenship here in Kansas. And it was very expensive and it went very quickly. But anyway, so I'm just making sure that these ends get some TLC on. Eventually, over time, when you touch up your relaxers, it ends up running down the hair shaft anyway. So that's how you get the that over-processed look or the bone straight look. Some people call it bone straight. Some people say it's over-processed. But I'm just separating this, running the conditioner through the strands. And I am satisfied with this, y'all. I'm glad my hair did not fall out. I did not leave it in until it started burning. I literally put it in, and when my scalp started to produce heat, I don't know what it is, what goes on with the relaxer, but once your scalp starts to, you can feel, it's like the next stage after that is uncomfortableness, and I don't let it get to that point. I plan on relaxing it, stretching my relaxers, not doing them frequently. And so that probably 2-3 times a year, hopefully. Who knows? Now that I know how to take care of natural hair as well, I might be able to, you would think I would be able to relax it, stretch the relaxers out longer, because I'm no longer intimidated by the new growth because I know how to manage the new growth. But there's still something to be said about the two different textures. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. I'm going to put a shower cap on this. I'm just doing this right here. This is my ideal of combing it through with conditioner in it. I'm just separating and making sure that when I do the final rinse in cool water, the hair is not clumped together. And then, of course, I'm going to let it air dry and then put some heat on it probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then definitely Saturday. But whatever style I wear tomorrow is going to definitely be popping, because this is just so much easier for me. I prayed about it, and yeah, prayed about it and walked by faith and not by sight. Keep it moving. It appears to be no tangling. So I will say that the braids that I had in before, because I did a braid out. I took them braids out in order to relax it. I would not recommend putting a relaxer on version, like an afro, because I just don't see how that would give you the results you want. Especially if you have 4C hair. But to each his own. All right. I'm super proud of this. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is so cute. I would like to achieve this style with some Echo Styling Gel. This is the next morning. I got about 5 hours of sleep. Then I woke up and I felt re-energized and able to flat iron my hair. Now, as you guys are going to see, I don't flat iron my hair like most of the people you see on YouTube where they take the fine comb, excuse me, they take the fine comb and you do the tracing method with the heating tool. I've always done it this way, how I'm doing it, and this is just my go-to way. It may not, you know what I'm saying, give the salon, flat iron look, but I've never had the salon flat iron look. I think I have had my hair done probably one time by somebody who made me feel like, oh wow, this was worth it. But other than that, it was using grease, y'all. That's what when I was younger, it wasn't like I was bald headed because I wasn't. I had hair, and in the circles of people that I ran with, they considered my hair to be long. They considered my hair to be healthy looking. So y'all gonna see where I missed a section. But so I'm just going back to what was working back then. Okay. And that was grease. That was good that was that same grease. I ain't gonna say the name because we all know what it is anyway, but ain't no endorsements happening over here. So, y'all do what works for y'all. But I did go back through hours later after I was editing this video, went back through and did that piece because it just didn't sit well with me that I had a whole piece section that I didn't flat iron. But I did have the flat irons on 400 because it's still 4C hair. It's just 4C texturized hair, but it's still 4C. I don't plan on putting heat on it regularly. I'm not too fond of the straight look, but it felt good to have it like this for the time that I did. For this relaxer, being that my hair did not fall out and it's still thick and full, I give it a 10. I'd give it a 10. Thanks for watching, y'all.